My name is Heather Sturgeon, and this is Here's My Canada. Fortunately, I had remembered a story that my teacher had told me last year about his immigration process, so I was able to conduct an interview with him.
My real name is Mauricio Ricardo Gonzalez. I was born in Santiago, Chile. I was 5 years old.
What was the decision? What made you move to Canada?
General Augusto Pinochet, who was the head of the military in Chile. It became a dictatorship and people were being murdered. No one was safe. The military was running the country. It was a form of genocide. For us, it was get out soon, so we left everything behind. We managed to get through security in the airport because we had relatives who were in security in the airport. And it wasn't a matter of where we chose to go, it was where we could be safe. We had a contact in Burlington in Canada, in Ontario. We flew into Toronto and made that contact in Burlington, and we stayed with them for a while until my parents could afford to rent a place.
What was your biggest challenge, like emotionally?
I think was culture shock when we got here. Nothing's the same. I mean, in Santiago or in Chile, it's a very tropical climate. Coming into a country that was in the middle of winter, I think that was the biggest culture shock. And then, of course, the language barrier. Once we got adapted somewhat to the climate, was being outside and actually playing in the snow, because it's something that we rarely saw in Chile. School was very difficult because I didn't know the language. In grade 1, I got held back because I couldn't speak English. That was the biggest challenge with school. I would say as a kid, probably 2-3 years until I could fluently understand the language and the culture.
Have you ever been back to your country?
Yes. As a kid, I was back. We had to wait until things settled down in Chile, and we also had to wait until we had our full Canadian citizenship, because if we didn't, they could keep us. The first time we went back, I was 10. And like I said, the climate was really nice. But it was also shocking because it was still under a dictatorship. So having the freedom we have in Canada and then seeing what people go through there, the protesting, the military is driving around constantly on every road with machine guns slung over their shoulder, and the curfews at night because of the rioting. That was pretty shocking as a kid.
What's the best part of living in Canada?
As corny as this sounds, and I know it sounds corny when I speak to students about this, and because I think it's taken for granted, is the freedom that we have. A lot of people who grew up in this climate, in this country, I think take that freedom for granted. I think the best part of this country is the freedom that we do have.
Canada as a whole has helped many immigrants coming to Canada with the crises in Ukraine and many other crises all over the world, like the one in Chile, for example. Canada is built off of peace as its main priority and freedom. And this is what we stand for, so it's very important to show in my project that we aid others in our nature, and Canada aids outsiders as well. Canada is my home, and I'm proud to be a member. Being a member includes being an active citizen, voting, all sorts of things, and let's hear what Mr. Gonzalez has to say about that. What makes you an active citizen?
Something that I think a lot of people don't see about me is my volunteer work. I think I have empathy for citizens in our country that can't thrive through physical or mental illness, and without saying too much, just my work that I've done there.
Mr. Gonzalez not only helps out our country, but helps out the people in need. If everyone contributed to our country like that, we could strive as a whole and genuinely just be more like Mr. Gonzalez.
The obvious question, what do you do for work?
I'm a teacher and I love it.
Not only contributing to the country itself, but to its community, teaching students and making genuine bonds. I know not everybody has the same experience as Mr. Gonzalez, but just by listening to his story, you can imagine how welcoming Canada can be to him and to every immigrant that comes, because it's truly a safe country and a safe space to come. He's my role model, and he should be yours too.